Welcome to the Fitness and Finance Radio podcast, videocast, everything. We cover it all here. We're on all formats. I love it. I'm here with our hosts, our wonderful hosts, Jennifer Scherer and Jeff Smith. I'm your co-host, Tony Shore. I'm along for the ride. But Jeff and Jennifer, you guys are awesome. That's all I want to say.
You're awesome, Tony. No, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Tony got me to tell him that he's the man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which I thought was better than you're awesome.
I wasn't sure if he was fishing for that.
No.
What do you think?
No, I outright said I'm just praying and hoping and waiting for the day for a great compliment from Jennifer. And then I got the I'm your man or something.
I said no.
I'm the man.
You're the man.
You're the man. Yeah, there you go. True. Well, you guys have been busy. I mean, we're going to get into that, but I don't know if you or our listeners and viewers have heard of the old Saturday Night Live skit with Adam Sandler and Chris Farley, the Hurley boy.
Yes.
And I'm going to go,
oh, good.
Let Jeff do your finances. Why can't you just let Jennifer help you with your health? Just let her help. She just wants to help. All right. Anyway, I thought I'd do that real quick for the kids. So get that out of the that's out of the way so we can get to the serious stuff that you guys talk about.
Right. I love it.
Now that I've gotten that out of the way,
you heard it here. Tony, who is the man, just said should work with
let Jennifer help your health. She just wants to help.
That's right.
Let her feed you the kale. She just wants to feed you a scoop of kale. All right.
Scoop. I love it that it's a
scoop of kale.
Well,
that it has been seriously massaged.
Yes.
And properly seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
If you sprinkle kale in a bucket of butter, I'm good with it.
Oh wow.
I'm just kidding.
That's a butter smoothie.
Oh. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that Mountain Dew kale drink that you have.
You accuse me of like the horror on your face. Are you drinking a Mountain Dew? Because it's the most unhealthy drink ever. And I'm like, no, this is a Mountain Dew bottle, and the liquid in it is green, but that's a kale smoothie that I put into a Mountain Dew bottle because I was embarrassed.
Oh my gosh,
drinking the health drink.
I guess that would be like me driving, the smart car, like you said.
Jeff in a smart car.
I would have.
You'd be embarrassed.
Disguise.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the fact that Jeff was on 2 national TV segments today.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. You were on Fox and you were on Scripps, right?
Scripps, yeah. That was pretty cool.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, that was really neat. Well, today or this month is National Financial Planning Month. So, there's a big focus on it. And Fox has this thing on Fridays. It's Finance Fridays. So they invited me on to talk about the FIRE method. So retiring early, utilizing, qualified plans, stuff like that. So they had some questions on that. And same with Scripps. What a great organization that is. They were great to me and offered me. I was on for like 6 minutes with them. That was a long time in TV. So
sure,
it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I got to talk an awful lot about just planning year-end stuff and how this economy is impacting families and people who are young. So it was cool. I really enjoyed it, and I love every time I have that opportunity. I'm both like absolutely frightened and excited at the same time. So it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun after the first 30 seconds.
I was going to say you became an expert. He did one this morning with Fox 5 at 7:30.
Yeah,
and then he had another one at 12:30.
Yeah,
and I said, by the time we got to the 12:30 one, he was an expert.
That's awesome, though. I mean, and they're going to the source. I mean, you've been in financial planning for how many years, Jeff?
So long. Okay, so I've owned my own firm. October, actually, we just passed it. So 2002. So what is that? That's 23 years.
Wow. That's so you started when you were 12?
I did. I was 15, actually.
Because you look too young to have been in financial planning for that many years.
I was young. I was young. I started in financial services with an insurance company in 1998.
Wow.
And so I've been in that realm for what, 27 years. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I was 10 when that happened.
Just
they were like,
27 years. I was 10.
Throw him in the insurance game. He's a prodigy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're 37 now. You've been in the financial business for 27 years. So that means you started when you were 10.
Yeah, that
right.
makes sense.
Our listeners will buy that. I think they'll buy that.
I think they know that.
No, but you do look young, but that's cool. I mean, that's what I was pointing out. That's why they have you on when it's financial planning month, obviously. And I just think it's great how you're each specialists in your field, but you do cross over. And that's what makes the show so great and your business so great, is that, when it comes to physical health, that's Jennifer's area, and you've been doing it a long time, Jennifer.
Yeah.
We're not going to add up the years like we did with Jeff. We're just going to say you've been doing it a while, and you started very young.
I did.
And and you guys, it's great. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was neat. The question at the end of the interview by Scripps at 12:30 this afternoon, I think their final question was, what advice does Jeff have for those that need to kind of watch their spending over the holidays? And Jeff, you brought in like the MyFitnessPal tracking. Like he actually had like the health little tidbit in there.
Yeah, I did. I threw that in the mix.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that. Answer that question.
Yeah. So that was kind of the cool thing is, I think this time of year we're squaring up to the end of the year. You know what I mean? Like it's coming into full view. All the Halloween stuff is out. The Thanksgiving, and
Christmas stuff is out in a lot of the stores already.
Everybody's just poised for that, and they're just, you can almost feel the energy from the kids that are waiting for whatever Santa's going to bring. You know what I mean? You can almost feel it. And with that is the tension and the stress for the parents, right? So, for us, my suggestion is to start tracking your expenses and say, hey, I've got a budget and I'm not budging over that budget, regardless of what happens. As well as anybody that with access like Amazon and other online retailers, kids don't really have to wait until Christmas anymore like we did, right? So when we were kids, we had the Sears and the JCPenney book that came, the Wish book.
The Sears toy catalog was my Bible.
Yeah, you would mark that thing up. You would bend the pages and put it in front of your mom.
Circle everything. Circle some things you'd like, and then they'd be like, "You circled everything." Well, you said
you pick. Yeah, anymore it's that way. You know what I mean? If kids need something, you typically don't wait and say, "Hey, wait till Christmas." That doesn't happen anymore. It's really,
my kids jump on my account. I made the mistake. Sarah's like, "What did you order?" And I'm like, "I made a mistake." And she goes, "What?" I let our children have our Amazon username and password.
Well, that is dangerous. God. But yeah, to get back to the topic, I think just writing stuff down and agreeing with your spouse, right? So it's important that you guys, couples get on the same page and say, hey, you know what, we're limiting this to $500 or $1,000, whatever it is, $200, who knows? But you have all those things that are going to vie for your attention, vie for your time and your money, right? So holiday parties are always, you feel obligated to bring something, a gift or something like that. These things all add up, and it's really not about that. It's about spending time with your kids and with your your friends and family. That's the most important thing. So keeping that in focus is going to help bring that through. And I heard something that was really powerful the other day about motivation. Motivation can only take you so far. What I mean? So if you really want to be successful this season with food and finances, motivation is obviously there. You'll be healthier. You'll be set for the new year financially going into it, not limping. But at the end of motivation is where discipline has to start, right? So you have to have that discipline in order to see that motivation all the way to its end. And really, there is no end. That's the sad secret, right? I think a lot of what marketing people do is they put a box, right? And they'll say, once if you can, this is the time that you get to spend. Why don't you spend here? And then that never ends either. So at some point you have to choose, hey, whatever is not going to end until I do, I need to focus on that.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, they're always pushing excuses to spend, and they give us more and more as you go. I like that point. And I like your comparison to, you said like My Fitness Tracker, the My Fitness app. That's a great one where you can track your calories or track what you're eating. I like that. And Jennifer, and you said it's great to have either a budgeting app or something where you track your spending, Jeff, on the financial side. But Jennifer, what do you think about that, especially as we're headed into the holidays? I mean, we're kind of going over both financial planning and a year-end checklist, right? For both finances. These are things that should be on your year-end checklist that you should start doing now as we head into the holiday season. People come up with excuses. It's winter, I'm in Minnesota. Hey, once it gets cold, I can't exercise. It's cold out. That can't happen. Right. And I have to eat a lot because it's the holidays. Do you see that happening, Jennifer?
Oh my gosh. Yes. A lot of the time I get, of course, January, it's a big influx from the weight gain that they experienced over the holidays.
Right.
But if you think about it, I think more simplistically, like there's 3 main pillars of health in my mind. It's movement or fitness, it's what you're eating, and it's lifestyle factors. So if you just think about those big 3, and then you isolate maybe one thing in each of those big 3 pillars that you're going to focus on, and make that part of like every quarter, reassess where you are in that whatever goal you've set. I'm thinking about from a fitness standpoint, at the year end, maybe that's the time where you schedule your InBody scan or you repeat your functional movement screening, and you kind of take a hard look at where you are, and are you where you want to be? Do we need to make changes? Maybe it's a little bit more like a functional marker that you're testing for strength. Like maybe it's how long you can hold a plank or how many push-ups you can do. Or can you, hike for X number of miles, maybe that's something that's important to you, but pick something that's strength or aerobic related, or maybe mobility related, and focus on that and make that pillar of fitness important.
But wait, first you said, I just want you to clarify real quick. You said 2 things that I'm like, wait, what are those? Something about body scan and functional.
Okay, an InBody scan. So
InBody scan, what's that?
That is just, it's a scale with handles, and it uses bioelectrical impedance to measure your body fat and your lean body mass.
And you can do that for people.
Yes, we do have that equipment at the studio, but it's more important to understand, like as we age, we're losing muscle with every year. And so you want to make sure that your percentage of lean muscle mass is, now they're recommending even higher, like for women, usually like 30 to 35%, but now they're saying like 38% is ideal for a female. To be 38% of lean body mass, muscle in the form of muscle.
And Jeff, you'll get there too. I mean, you'll get there.
Eventually.
No, actually, Jeff, you said people lose muscle mass as they get older. Honestly, as long as I've known Jeff, he has gained muscle mass since I've first known him.
That is true.
He's gone against the trend. That's true.
Well, I was worried about that. That's a stat that I was aware of. And I think part of the reason that people lose muscle mass, obviously it's, the way we're designed, but it doesn't have to be. Like if you work at it, you can significantly slow that, depreciation of your muscle, and you can gain. You can gain into your 50s and 60s. I think into your into your 70s if you're committed to it. And it's about what you eat. Well, Jennifer, Jennifer, you do.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Your flow there.
She knows what she's doing.
Well, so the pillars, right? Movement, nutrition, and lifestyle factors. So if you have something to focus on in the movement pillar, pick it and zone in on it, whatever that might be. And then from a nutrition standpoint, I mean, it's hard for me to pick one specific thing, to recommend that someone focuses on. But as the year comes to an end, we are inundated with sugar. Yes. So in my opinion, if you
pie, sweet potatoes,
Candy corn.
If you could try, and this is a challenge. I challenge a lot of my clients to do this. If you could challenge yourself before each meal and snack to have one serving of a fruit or vegetable first.
Yeah.
And
apple pie does not count.
Moreover, maybe even, make this a little bit more of a challenge. And even on top of that, 8 ounces of water, because a lot of times we are mistaking, hunger or thirst for hunger.
Yeah. And there's sugar and so much, we eat those great dinner rolls. But the people don't realize, sugar, that's just the dessert. No, that's in a lot of what you're going to be.
Yes.
Ketchup for pizza.
Yeah. I mean, even the cranberry sauce,
especially the cranberry
sugar in there. I'm thinking Thanksgiving, but obviously Halloween first, which is we buy candy to give to the kids, but then we buy too much, and but accidentally we have too much, and then we have to eat it.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else out there experiences that.
Don't be the dime people. You just drop a dime in the bag.
Oh,
that's a sure way to get egged.
That's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
If people do that, that is terrible. I would hope not.
When I was a kid, that happened. We were just like, what?
Yeah.
You guys will probably end up, I don't know if you guys are going to have trick-or-treaters there, maybe not where you're located, but if you did, you would probably end up getting egged, because I know that Jennifer would hand out little sacks of kale.
Kale crisps.
All
the kids are doing it.
Yeah, or seaweed cakes.
Yeah,
seaweed cakes. A little bit better than that.
Yeah.
Actually, I tell you what, we made dates stuffed with peanut butter, and it's actually very delicious.
Really good.
Peanut butter dates. That sounds interesting.
I think if you wrap bacon around it.
Yeah, of course, peanut butter has sugar in it too.
The sweet.
Well, it's not a lot of peanut butter. It's just a little bit to fill it, so it's good. It's perfect. But I think I wanted to jump on what you were saying, because there's very real points of decision when you're at these parties. And it all feels like it's leading up to you just breaking. You know what I mean? And I think you start rationalizing that in your mind, like, what, everybody else is doing it, whatever those things are. But I always tell people, be the weird one. Just be the weird one.
It only happens one time a year, right? It's just once a year.
Well,
that's what I tell myself. Thanksgiving's only once a year.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to eat turkey, and then I'm going to eat some more turkey, and then I'm going to eat a big pile of mashed potatoes covered with gravy and butter.
Oh my gosh,
and then I'm going to have 2 or 3 of those dinner rolls, and then I might wait a little bit, let it settle, and then eat a big piece of apple pie, because you said fruit. And so apple pie, fruits. Yeah. So but that's that's such a cop out and such an easy. People think that's justifying it once a year, but it's not once a year, because we celebrate Thanksgiving at least 2 or 3 times with different family members. And then what about all that candy we ate at Halloween? Well, what about all the Christmas dinners we're going to eat?
And the New Year's.
We might just replace the turkey with ham, and otherwise it's the same. So that's crazy.
Babe, what is okay, so can you talk about that very visceral response to food that we know is going to taste good, but it doesn't really, it's that hunger response, but it's not really hunger.
Well, no, it's the difference between the psychological and the physical feelings of hunger, and being able to differentiate the two.
There's endorphins that get you excited about the food.
Oh yeah.
Keep you going, even though you're full.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, turkey.
But the thing of it is,
don't mind if I do.
Yeah. Well, the turkey when it's fresh is one thing, but then you always get too big of a turkey, so you slice up the turkey meat, and then I fry it in a pan with butter and make a sandwich with mayo on 2 pieces of bread, and it's the turkey sandwiches.
And your arteries are like your arteries.
Yeah. No, I feel them harden as I eat. I can actually feel them hardening. Have you ever felt an artery harden? It's just an experience.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's not good.
Oh,
that's not
so
good.
Funny.
But here's food for thought.
Food for thought.
No pun intended. But there's something called sensory specific satiety, right? And so when your meal is
whoa, Jennifer, this
Dr.
show
Jennifer.
you're just Jennifer.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
What was that word?
Nerd alert.
You're throwing out terms earlier like full body scan, and I'm like, is this a sci-fi movie? And now the sorority.
No. Sensory. It's very simple. sensory, all 5 senses, taste, smell,
Okay,
sight,
sensory.
right? Sensory, specific
Feel,
satiety. And satiety
No,
is
there's what is that?
satiety.
Satiety?
Yep, as basically how satisfied you are.
I just thought you mispronounced society. I thought, well, there's a blooper for the blooper reels. Listen to how she says society. But satiety, what is that again?
So that's the satisfaction that you feel from a meal, like the fullness.
Sure.
You can be physically satisfied, but you can also be emotionally or psychologically satisfied.
Well, sure.
But
And they don't always line up. Like when I'm
Yes.
full, I can still have another piece of pizza and enjoy it psychologically, say this is great.
Well, but here's the kicker. That is at its peak within the first 2 minutes of eating.
Oh,
So
wow.
in other words, you are enjoying that meal or snack the highest percentage, the most in the
Right.
first 2 minutes. So as your meal goes on, the last bite is not as enjoyable as the first.
That's true.
Right. And so
That's
we
true.
as more intuitive people need to really listen to our bodies and
There you go.
figure that out sooner before it's too late.
Yeah, I was joking, but you're right. I mean, I always feel better about afterwards. You're like, oh, I shouldn't have done. By
Right.
that last bite, you're like, I should not have taken.
Yeah,
And it's
you
not
always pay
enjoyable.
for it.
Right.
I should not have taken that third helping of mashed potatoes.
Yeah. So I always encourage my clients, let's try to make the last bite as enjoyable as the first. And that means pushing away from the table.
Yeah, I've never seen more mashed potatoes than your Uncle Jerry last year.
Yes.
That
It was probably like half of his plate.
We're just calling. I love how we're just calling out Uncle Jerry on the show.
I love Jerry. I think he's one of the coolest guys I've ever met. He gives no craps. He has no like no filter. I love Jerry. He is as real.
That's
as he
awesome.
gets.
I think he probably had at least a cup of gravy. At least.
I mean, I have never. It was like Mount mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
It was
I will
impressive.
be honest. I love mashed potatoes, especially if they're mashed with the peels in there.
Yeah, but you
Ooh.
can enjoy that. Just stop when you're physically satisfied.
Didn't Jerry was miserable after that?
Oh
wasn't he?
yeah, he was paying.
Oh yeah, you eat all that starch and you're gonna be hurting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's not like. I mean, he's not overweight. You know what I mean? He's just normal.
I think the bottom.
But why do that to yourself? Why make
That's
yourself
exactly
uncomfortable
right.
by eating all that food?
Exactly. And I think we're taught is that, the holidays is like almost seen as a reward. But really it's a habit override that can leave you uncomfortable and set you up for that cycle of guilt,
Yeah,
and then,
Wow, that you said it. That's a quote, habit override. I love that.
it is.
Write that down.
That's the name of a band.
That's the name of my autobiography. Habit override, the Tony Shore story.
I love that.
So
You're
funny.
so amazing. You get hotter by the minute.
She's awesome. Are you talking to me or Jennifer? I always get confused.
Yeah.
When you say you're getting hotter by the minute, at first I assume it's me.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
I'm teasing.
Yeah, but so the year-end checklist. Back to that.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll lose the awkwardness. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, what about financial year-end checklist? Let's ease into that. It's a part of financial planning month, but also now is the time. I mean, it's it's annual enrollment for Medicare, so you need to review your healthcare situation.
Well, I mean, October, I mean, most people who work for a company, this is open enrollment time for their benefits too. And
yes,
really paying attention to those things, making sure your beneficiaries are up to date. Look at all of your options. If you're healthy, you're young, and you have an HSA option, look into it strongly. I really advise really paying attention to how you're spending your health insurance dollars. It is an amazing gift if you can control the if you pay your premiums every year on a non-HSA and you don't go to the doctor once, they're not going to refund you money because you didn't go. Right. But if you help self-insure by having a high deductible and you're putting your own money in there and you go 2 years without having to go to the doctor, which is pretty typical for a 20-something-year-old or a 30-year-old, you then have the whole deductible met, and then you're making money. You're making money every year. And if you're 30 and you have 35 years to put that away, you're going to have a significant amount to go towards Medicare supplements, you may never pay for health insurance. And I mean, I'll stop short of that, but you'll pay, with that money. So it's not affecting your income necessarily. So, I mean, it's just such a gift that people overlook. I think the biggest thing that I would point out is we have something called the financial viewpoint, and I do it every year. I personally do it every year because it allows me to refocus my attention on the areas that I may not have been paying attention to. Like, I'm a big investment guy. I want to, I want to focus on my investments, but what are my insurances looking like? What is my estate plan looking like? Does that need to be updated? There's so many different things that you need to take a look at as you roll into the new year. You don't want to go in, unprepared. And then the thing is, the other sorry, first day was speaking, looking at maximizing your tax advantages, right? So think about, if you've done very well for the year, look at putting a little bit more in that, pre-tax bucket. Look at, who can you help in, by donating some money to your church, maybe, or some causes that you really want to help out. Offload some of that to a charity. Look at options to limit that tax liability. And I mean, we have a good year coming forward with taxes, right? A better year than we did last year even. So there's some extra things there. So really pay attention to what it is that you can do to maximize all of the things that you have going on. And if you don't know where to start, contact me. Get the Viewpoint. That'll identify areas of weakness. I can tell you. And if you don't have weaknesses after that, or you don't think you do, you might have a lot more than you think.
Yeah. And for that financial advice, our listeners and viewers can just go to theretirementsmith.com or call 540-371-9777. I think it's really important to get that once a year, go through that, see where you're at, what you need to be doing. And Jeff, I know you can help people with year-end planning, everything from, updating beneficiary designations to checking to see if you're properly allocated. Now's the time to reallocate and think about future tax planning, and not even just for this year, but for the future, but especially for this year. And, Jeff, I know you work alongside CPAs to help your clients with their tax issues and look at actual tax planning for the future.
Yeah, Tammy is great.
Yeah, that's really good. And now, Jennifer, on the health side, what are some other year-end things that people, between now and the end of the year, we've got holidays, we've got stress that holidays stress a lot of people out. So what can we do between now and the end of the year to really help maintain our health?
So I think being able to evaluate what's most important for you too. I mean, we talked about those 3 pillars: movement, nutrition, and lifestyle.
Yeah.
That seems overwhelming when you think of it as a whole, but like breaking it down and realizing, is sleep, did your stress, rate your stress resilience over the last year. Did it improve or decline? Maybe even think about, how we can consider a more like restorative week. Maybe you have a week where you focus more on recovery and lighter training and yoga. Maybe you're overtraining, being able to figure out what needs improvement. Maybe even reviewing your annual labs, taking a look at your metabolic panel, your lipid panel, your A1C, your thyroid, check your blood pressure. What's your waist circumference? I mean, there's now
HRV.
data. Yeah, your HRV. Exactly.
I mean, that's a pretty good indication of overtraining or undertraining.
Yeah.
What's HRV?
Yes.
The heart rate variability.
Oh, heart rate.
We talked about that. Yeah, on your that's a measurement that we can see on our tracker.
Yeah. It's good.
But schedule any overdue screenings too. Like think about maybe eye, dental, mammograms, colonoscopy.
Yeah, so good.
All that other stuff. But yes, at the end of the year, just take a really hard look at what could be better and focus in on that, and maybe pick one from each of those pillars. Like, what can I do better from a movement standpoint? What can I do better from an eating standpoint? Maybe just focus on sticking with 25 grams or less of added sugar a day. Maybe that's your focus. Or maybe if you get more protein, maybe you're just focusing on, 1.2 grams per kilogram. That's your focus. Or maybe it's water. But pick something that you can tangibly see improve. And that way it doesn't become, such a big, overwhelming endeavor.
25 milligrams of sugar a day.
25 grams, no more than 25 grams of added
Grams.
sugar. And that's
25 grams of added sugar.
added sugar.
Right.
Yeah, I can look at a
Mhm.
piece of pie and get that
Well,
just by looking at it.
That Mountain Dew would have been more than.
It was like
Well,
3
that
days.
was that was a diet. So what I'm doing there is early
that's
early
better.
onset. Yeah, that's better. The chemicals in the diet.
They put a
It's like,
chemical
do
in your
I have
chicken.
the sugar? No, I can't
Yeah.
have sugar, they say, but then too much diet soda leads to all sorts of things. So
Yeah,
Right.
I
definitely.
shouldn't. I do have a diet soda addiction. I have not kicked that yet. We're working on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am eating
One step at a
less,
time.
but yeah, one. But how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Nice.
One. Yeah, the old adage.
This is
How
tough.
do you eat an elephant? The answer: one bite at a time. Right.
Yeah.
And that's how you achieve these goals. Well, hey,
Yeah.
we've got to go, and by we I mean me. You two can talk amongst yourselves, but it's been a great show. One more time though, Jennifer, talking about the health side and getting some of the panels done, and the body scan you talked about. How can our listeners get that done or get more advice?
Yes. So visit our website, and that's fbergfitness.com. F is in Frank, B is in boy, urgfitness.com. Or you can give us a call, and that's 540-479-1877.
Awesome. And Jeff, how about you? I know our listeners out there, now is the time to get a financial checkup, right?
Yeah, you can go to our website, theretirementsmith.com. And actually, we're adding a new number there that goes directly to Chris to schedule. So there'll be a specific number if you want to talk to somebody. We have a phone number, and also if you just want to connect, there's a contact us where we will get you on the books to schedule something. And then also fitnessfinancepro.com will have both Jennifer and my information for you to take a look at. So go there.
Fitnessfinancepro.com.
Correct.
All right. Well, great show today. I mean, we covered a lot. I think the main news and takeaway from today's show is Jeff is a TV star. He's a rock star. He was on Scripps today and Fox.
Yes.
The Fox channel. So I think that's awesome. You guys, great information, really encouraging our listeners out there to do the right thing. Don't make up excuses for yourself in the holidays. Stay healthy, stay happy, right?
Yes.
All
And
right.
Stay hot, Jennifer.
Jennifer will. She's doing her
She's always
best.
super
And
hot.
you're still not wearing sleeves, so we got that going for us.
It's close to winter. I'm
nice.
holding out. It is.
Which is nice. All right. All right. We'll see you guys next week. We'll have some more for you then. See ya.
Thank you.
Yep.